We are literally at the 1 month mark before the Xbox One X releases, and we are still getting fantastic information, new information from developers, and it's always interesting to kind of hear what they have to say and listen to the differences between the Xbox One X and everything that's come before it. This is really groundbreaking. It's a fantastic time to actually be a gamer. What's up, everybody? Crapgamer here. Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you guys for checking it out. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. I would also appreciate it if you guys would hit that like and subscribe button, and also hit that notification bell so you get notified when I drop content, because it's usually several times a day, and YouTube isn't great with getting that notification out. So hey, if you want the content, make sure you guys do that stuff. So we're getting a little bit more interesting kind of talk from developers and things like that in terms of what the Xbox One X is doing and why it's so important. This is really something that's pushing the industry forward, that's never really been done before, right? So what they're doing is something that has never really been attempted to this level. Like the PS4 Pro tried to do their like little upgrade, but it didn't really work out like Sony wanted, or really I don't think like what anybody wanted. I really think that was more or less a console that was designed to help out their VR, and as a VR owner, hey, cool, I get a better version of their VR games. But at the end of the day, it's not doing much for anything else. So it's always kind of that one-upmanship with the console rival that Microsoft is kind of betting on a couple of big things here. Small details and big numbers, according to this interview. First, the details, which is about that they put into this thing. If you just look at it, like the vapor chambers and things like that, unprecedented stuff. And the numbers, the Xbox One X power, of course, we all know, custom 8-core, 2.3 gigahertz CPU, 6 teraflops graphics processor, 12 gigs of memory, 326 gigabytes of memory bandwidth. It's powerful. But what are developers actually saying? What do they think? Well, for the developers, the move to 4K is significant, and this is what some of them had to say. It allows us to use all the animated pixels. This is what the director of technical art of Shadow of War says. The artwork is so huge, so you're building massive textures and rendering them out. It's a point where I hear repeatedly, developers have been designing characters and worlds with meticulous detail for years, but until now, individual nose hairs and tiny cuts on skins and clothing could only be seen on the highest end PCs, although 4K is adding the detail. High dynamic range, HDR, helps those details stand out. So that was his take on it. Now this is another one. I have liked the improvements we have to foliage and trees, according to the technical director of Gears of War 4. The Coalition, as he guides a glistening mechanoid along a hillside path, casually demolishing buildings. The metal, armor, and weapons, they really pop. HDR is hard to explain, says Frank O'Connor. As you guys know, he's one of the development directors of Halo. It adds fidelity and detail rather than just contrast. It could be as meaningful to people as 4K. So we're getting all this kind of information from developers and why it's just so important. I know it was like kind of a talking point and something that a lot of people made fun of, but at the end of the day, it's real. It's not like some kind of hype machine or some kind of faux thing that's not there. 4K is a real big leap. And look, I'm a guy that's been doing YouTube for years, you know. Ever since I did the first video about Xbox One and why I was getting one over a PS4, and I was kind of drawn into that. I've always been kind of just an Xbox dude, and it's just been kind of like a lot of fun and things like that. I like bringing you guys the news and talking about this stuff. But at the same time, you know, it's good to see that like a 900p to 1080p difference means absolutely nothing. And when the first time when I saw a good 4K TV running next to a 1080p TV, you can just tell the difference. It's unbelievable. And that's coming from me. And like I said, I can't tell a difference between 720p, 1080p, 900p, 1080p, but I can really tell the difference between 1080p and 4K. And believe me when I tell you this, this is the number that people are really going to jump to. And that's what Microsoft has said all along, is that according to the numbers and the surveys and the facts, is that people tell the difference, the most difference and the significant difference between 1080p and 4K. So even Minecraft developer Mojang said the increase in processing power was making an already gigantic world even more sprawling. It allows us to do things you couldn't do if you were just chasing photorealism. A lot of games are fixed, but our world is dynamic. The extra power allowed us to do all these fancy things without having to worry. That's what I wanted. we're getting bigger worlds, better AI. This is all stuff within the current generation. No, that's why this is so important. These developers are really all about it, and these developers are doing a wonderful thing. The Xbox One X is pushing the industry forward, and I don't think anybody's giving them credit for it. I mean, really, think about it. Nobody's really giving them credit, and these developers, I haven't heard a developer say a single bad word about this thing. That's amazing. They're saying it's the easiest thing to develop for. 4K is like the next big thing. This is what we need. This is what we're talking about. And a lot of these other media outlets and YouTubers and things are downplaying it, and I don't know why. You know, if you're not excited for this, and I don't think you're a real gamer, and I have no shame in saying that. That's 100% truth. So, anyway, this was an awesome interview that I was reading. I will link it in the description so you guys can check it out. A lot of cool stuff to look at. We're so close. 1 month away. Whew, man. Let me know what you guys think. Sound off. Rate, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Rack 'em up. Crapgamer out.